Hello, air signs. Air signs, I have a message to give you that has to do with the rear view. The rear view mirror. Why are some of you stuck looking in the rear view mirror? Well, let's ask the angels. Let's ask the angels. So, the first card that I got from the angels is that it's up to you. Okay, air signs, it's up to you. What you decide that you're going to do, whether you're going to continue to look in the rear view or whether you're going to continue to look at the big, beautiful windshield of life that can show you all the different opportunities and humanity's spiritual evolution into enlightenment and individuation. You know, your journey does not have to be that of a fool. You will be able to see the common parallels between your stages in life. That will come both through the tarot cards and teachings, as well as my psychic gifts to you, maybe a specific lesson and a concept to meditate over. You know, because all these things, based on the tarot, some readings can sometimes be completely exposed of what's really going on the inner you. So a lot of you are looking for answers. Answers for your partner, answers for the situation that you're in, answers for the relationship. But did you ever think about searching even deeper than that? Did you ever think about you? Okay? Did you ever think that you need to fix what's within yourself first? That is why you can't get to the bottom line of the relationship. That is why you're unable to fix this problem. Sometimes we get busy pointing our finger at the other person. But the truth is, when you're pointing, these fingers are all pointing at you. This finger is actually pointing at you. So you have 4 fingers, 3 fingers and a thumb, whatever, pointing at you while you're pointing the finger at somebody else. So here's the question. What can we do about it, angels? What can we do about it, angels? What can we do? What can we tell ourselves? What can we do? Okay? Angels say, ask your angels. Ask your angels for guidance. Okay? Ask your angels for guidance. They're saying there's no need to worry. They're saying there's no need to worry and to remain positive. The angels want you to know to reconsider a decision that you've made. Reconsider trying to make a situation work that is not working. Understand when there is no compromise in a situation, that only one person is working on it, it is impossible to come out with a success story. Some of you need to choose a new direction. Okay, air signs? You need to choose a new direction. Listen to your intuition. Stop ignoring what you hear. You must stop ignoring what you hear. Sometimes you just need to let go and let God. Sometimes you need to let go. You are ready. You definitely are ready. You're ready for this new adventure. It must start with forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself and then forgiving the other person. You must take action now in order to get the results of big, happy changes. All right, so there are your messages from the angels. And once again, it is up to you. Now, let's look in the cards. Let's see what's happening. Let's see why, where, when, whatever the cards want to tell us. Okay? Whatever the cards want you to know is what I'm going to tell you. Along with my grandmother, of course. So, air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay? The first card that we have is the King of Swords. And with the King of Swords, yes, I got notes written on them, but the King of Swords is head over heart, discipline and truth. Okay? Head over heart, discipline and truth. So this is just going to be a brief reading for you all. Okay? Because when you see the King of Swords tarot card, all right, it shows a king who sits on his throne while holding a double-edged sword that points upwards in his right hand. The King of Swords radiates intellectual power, clear thinking, truth, and authority. He understands the power and holds great responsibility. Butterflies on the back of his throne are indicative of transformation. So this is a card that is trying to tell you, air signs, it is time for a transformation. It is time for self-love and self-care. Okay, going back to when you were a child. Going back to when you were a child. Always trying to get that approval of your dad or the male figure that was around you. Or, if you're a male, then trying to get the approval and attention from your mom. Okay? So we know the boys are very close to their mothers. A lot of you know that your strength that you learned as a child, the fact that as a child you learned to continue to try to please others. You tried to make your parents happy. You tried to get good grades so you wouldn't get in trouble. You tried to be the favorite one if you were in a family with more than one child. You always work to get the attention of others. At some point in time, you need to leave your emotions out of a judgment so as to maintain rational thinking. As the King of Swords card approaches here, it suggests that you should take the time to reason with others and be candid with the observations that you have made. On a personal note, the King of Swords urges you to use your intellect and your logic to maneuver the path that still lies ahead. You need to confront issues at hand in the effort or in the issue at hand in order to make a sober decision. You should be able to look at any situation and make a decision with complete impartiality. You demonstrate, air signs, you demonstrate all the time your highest ethical standards. And you demonstrate that. The reason that the King of Swords is here, and it can be also in the reverse mode, okay? Which shows abusive, manipulative habits. And I believe that the reverse mode is for your partner. It is part of misusing of one's mental power and drive and authority to get what they want. So you're dealing with somebody, air signs, who is a narcissist, who is continually trying to trick you, to fool you, to manipulate you. A complete selfish desire that they have. They try to show off, maybe using big words or trying to brag about themselves, whether it's in work or whether it's around other men or other women, showing how much they're wanted or desired by the other sex. You know, meaning if you're female, then by males, and if you're male, by females, or vice versa. Male, male, female, female, whatever. Whatever, no judgment zone here. You also, or your partner may also be a loose cannon. They have quick outbursts and impulses. Okay? I can tell you that with this particular card, because this card rules over the suit of swords, there's a special connection to rules, laws, and diplomacy, which are systems of logical thought applied and manifested here. The next card that I have for you, air signs, again, to get you out of the rearview mirror. Okay, because some of you are truly stuck. Oops. Some of you are truly stuck and you don't know how to get out of the situation. You feel deserving of the abuse that you're getting. You feel like it's supposed to be acceptable because you're not supposed to quit. You were taught as a child not to quit, not to give up. You are always taught to fix things. You are always taught if you quit, if you're a quitter, you're a loser. But what exactly are you winning if you stay in a toxic situation? What exactly are you winning? And instead, we come up with the Magician. And with the Magician card, we know that the Magician is one tarot card that is filled with symbolism. The central figure itself depicts that someone with one hand pointed to the sky, while the other hand points to the ground, as if to say, as above, so below. This is a rather complicated phrase, right? Doesn't make much sense. As above is below. But its summarization is that the earth reflects heaven. The outer world reflects within. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. Earth reflects God. It can also be interpreted here that, you see, the Magician symbolizes the ability to act as a go-between the world above and the contemporary human world. Okay, because you see his hands clearly, high and low. On his table, the Magician also wields all the suits of the tarot. It symbolizes the four elements connected by the Magician. The four elements being earth, water, air, and fire. The infinity sign on his head indicates the infinite possibilities of creation within the will. So what is your will? The Magician is here to remind you that you have the willpower. You have the strength. You have the power of the elements around you, which helps you to initiate and take the full potential of the gift that you were given at birth and use it. Use your intuition. Use your third eye. Use your thoughts, your knowledge for the power of desire. Do you desire to live in the past? Do you desire to live in the present situation? Or do you desire to live in the future? As above, so below. The mind and the world are only reflections of one another. Remember that you are powerful. Create your inner world, and the outer world will follow. So in other words, decide what you want in your relationship. Create that in your mind. Believe that in your heart. And when that comes off of you and it's portrayed to your partner, and they see that you've now set boundaries, okay, and that you will eliminate them if necessary, they will begin to act accordingly. Because as long as you don't set your boundaries, as long as your reflection of yourself doesn't come out, as long as they don't hear you clearly what you will and won't accept, then they'll continue to walk on you. They'll continue to hurt you. They'll continue to cheat on you. They'll continue to lie to you. They will do what you allow them to do, and only that. People will only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. When you put up the stop sign, okay? When you put up the cross to block out the negativity, the demons. Only when you make that final decision. And as the Queen of Swords, you do that. Don't forget who you are. Do not forget who you are. You know, as the Queen of Swords, and this could be a male as well. It does not have to be a female figure. But the Queen of Swords wears a very stern look as she sits high on that throne, doesn't she? Isn't her face, isn't it stern? A queen of the air element that the swords represents her place in the clouds shows that no one can trick or fool her. No one. The sword that's in her right hand is pointed toward the sky, whereas the left hand is extended like it is offering something. The Queen of Swords gives us the gift of judgment. The gift of judgment for everyday decisions and having the flexibility to take in knowledge from others. Okay? So, when you are in this position, male or female, it is definitely the archetype of an older, wiser, could be the feminine side, the masculine side, intellect. She could definitely be thought of as the most masculine, which is why I say it can be male or female. All of the queens and may come off as quite stern and emotionless. This card is just to show you the importance of making judgments and decisions without relying on the emotions alone. The Queen of Swords beckons you to look at all the facts before making a decision. And that's including the one to go back to a partner that you know was no good for you. The Queen does have compassion, which is why she has her hand reaching outwards in offering. But she wants to connect to people using and understanding that is intellectual. All right? So, you need to become an independent with your judgments. You must rely on the unbiased intelligence, which will have you researching alternative viewpoints and thinking carefully on your decision. Compassion and empathy in these cases can distract you from your task. So you are trying to keep a very strong, objective view while avoiding getting emotionally involved. The Queen of Swords can also be about the way that we speak with others. The ability to tell people the way it is. It allows her to get her point across, or his point across. So there's no confusion about what's being said. So somebody can't twist your words. So when you're talking with your partner, be very direct. Be very clear. Communication is very important. That's why there's no need to soften your comments, thoughts, or your opinions. Also, you as the Queen of Swords, he or she, you like frankness from other people. And that means that you need to be clear with everything that is being said, even if it may hurt. So with that being said, air signs, someone is going to return. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, someone's coming back. Somebody wants another chance. Somebody who either made you go away or they went away to get to the other side, to be safer, to be less stressed, to get out of a commitment, to not have to face something. So they turn their back to you. Now they're coming back. Now they're coming back. And at this point, you're going to have to make a decision. Take off the blindfold. Get the information that is needed to make an unbiased, intelligent decision. Research your alternative viewpoints. Think carefully on your decision. Remember that compassion and empathy can distract you from your task, so you need to be careful. Keep a strong objective view while avoiding getting emotionally involved. At the time, you are protecting yourself from hurt and pain. You are on guard. You must hold your position firmly. Take your security position wisely, because only you can protect yourself, not anybody else. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep that mask on that's right there? You see that mask in my tree? Are you going to keep that mask on? Are you going to keep that mask on? Or are you going to take it off and finally see the truth before that happens? All right, air sign. Just wanted to touch it.